Anvitam cha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha, Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta, Namostute, Tapta Kanjana Gaurangi, Radhe Vrindavaneshwari, Vishnavanu Sude Devi, Pranamami Hari Priye, Vancha Kalpataru Besha, Kripa Sindhu Vayevacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadara, Shivashadi, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangam langayate grim. Yat kripa tamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Harihi Om Sat Sat. श्री राधा विनोद की जाए, श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई की जाए, गौर सुंदर निताई नेटवर्क की जाए, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we are today reading from the continuing on the instruction of Ritu Maharaj, text number 30. So Prabhupada talks about very wonderfully. Although the abominable person like my father Veena, the grandson of death personified, are bewildered in the pen, all the great personalities agree in this world only power of the benediction of religion, economic development, sense gratification, liberation or elevation to the heavenly planets is the supreme personality of the head. So the theme of today is as mentioned in the Varga, Swarga, Apavarga. So that's the topic which from the shloka we can talk about the third verse, Varga, Swarga, Apavarganam. That only can be given by the Lord. Even sometimes people think, oh, it is just dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Why should we depend on Lord? Even a blade of grass cannot move. That's only can happen. So today we will little bit dwell into what is Varga, Swarga, and Apavargana, which most of you are aware. And probably today I will dwell into Dhamodar pastime. Because this is a Kartik month, so always it is keep hearing, repeated hearing again, Damodar month. Never satisfied. So we will see some of them in relation to how the bhakti is supreme compared to this four Purusharthas. The four Purusharthas, it is there required, but gradual progression. Finally, it's supposed to take us to live it. You are able to hear, no? Finally, it's supposed to take us to supreme personality of Godhead or love of Godhead. So Vyasadeva wrote all these four Purusharthas so detailed, but still he is not happy. And finally, Narada said, you write well, you could return on Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, but you didn't beyond write about the Bhagavan, the fifth Purushartha, the causes of all the causes. So that's the reason you are not happy. So today we will see, even though here for the ordinary people, Prithu Maharaj was talking about Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, how that is also dependent on the Lord. But we know from Bhagavatam, we need to go beyond this four level of Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, and one should go into the beautiful pastimes of Radha Krishna and hearing from them. So that's ultimate goal, the fifth Purushartha. So a little bit dwell into this Varga, Swarga, and Apavarga. Varga talks about this four religion, economic development, and sense gratification. And Swarga is one elevation to the heavenly planets. Apavarga talks about being freed from material contamination. So it's very heavily described by Rupa Goswami in the Nectar of Devotion. So basically the Pavarga is called, I'm little poor in Hindi, but excuse me if I pronounce it wrongly. Pa, pa, ba, ba, na. Because we don't have this in Tamil when I studied. It's only in this side of the Karnataka, Andhra, it is there. So our letters are a little different. So the Acharyas explained how this Pavarga is mapped to the material people are how suffering to the material contamination. Pavarga, that how we can overcome this Pavarga is what Rupa Goswami talks about very beautifully in one of the shlokas. And he's explaining, oh Krishna, whose head is decorated with peacock feather, although you impose Pavarga on your enemies, that is defeat, uh, uh, foaming the mouth, bondage, fear, and death. You have them apavarga, liberation as well. So even though the enemies have been defeated, they make a lot of hard labor, they fear, but still Krishna is merciful, who give them the liberation as well. So most of the time people are interested in dharma, artha, kama. So they don't. Moksha means they have to. Moksha is also referred to as apavarga. So people are most concentrated on the pavarga. They make hard labor. Pa stands for parishram or prabhavam or defeat. It combines both either of this parishram or hard labor, or it can be defeat. Then fa refers to fena of foam. You do so much hard labor, foam is coming out of your mouth. Then pa is bandhana. It's called the frustration. You are in the material, entangled in the material world, how much our effort you are doing it. And finally, the ba part baya, or you have so much fear, and the ma part mrityu, death. So all these things you want to overcome. Apavarga is important. Pavarga, if you want to overcome, then here Prithu Maharaj says you can overcome by Krishna's mercy. Then Prabhupada gives various definitions of atheistic versus theistic. Atheists say, oh, this are man-made. One person should be there so that people are afraid, they follow truthful religiosity so that there can be peaceful. You know, anybody doesn't matter if you don't worship, but as long as you're truthful, honesty, then it's sufficient. You will get by hard working, you will get your money. Dharma is there. So religiously follow, there is no disturbance and peace in the society. And there is not to talk about the sense enjoyment. Anyway, I have money, I can enjoy it. Why it depend on God? And also there is no liberation after death. There is nothing. Have you seen anything after death? So why should worship God? These are just man-made to create a fear or make some systematic progress. So the atheists did not believe in the God. They believed in dharma, artha, kama. As long as one does honestly some work, that's sufficient. Earn money and enjoy. That's all in the life. So Prabhupada he counter argues, saying that let's take a doctor. There's why doctor is not able to save, or the same people born, same religious people, same pious, but they don't get the same result. But the same people do hard labor, but one is getting more money, one is not getting more money. So it means that there is somebody who is controlling. So that's Prabhupada says that is Krishna who is bound in this material world. For this pavarga, then you can apavarga, you can come out of this material world by practicing Krishna consciousness. It is also been understood that, let's say somebody is not believing God, who believes only in karma kanda, is keep on doing karma kanda. Generally, the karma kanda people go to the heavenly planet. And let's say somebody who is jnani, who has been doing jnana, then he would go to the liberation. Mukti is what he would attain. So why is that Lord is required? Because if you see both the factors, karma kanda, you don't need Lord. You can do what's the demigods, whatever you want to do it, then you will get your destination, heavenly planets, Swarga. And similarly, a jnani can go to the merge into the Brahmajyoti. So what is the requirement of the Lord? Actually, if without bhakti, even Swarga cannot be attained. That's what Prabhupada says, is that even you want to attain Pavarga, Swarga, Varga, Swarga, also you need Lord's help. So bhakti is independent. It does not depend on anything else. But all other process, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, all depends on the bhakti. If somebody says, let us does only the karma kandi activity, he will not go back to Surgaloka. Even though he desires, he will not go back. He should have done Bhakti Mishra karma, he would have done. Then it is possible for him to go. A little bit of element of Bhakti is mixed in the karma kanda, then he'll go to Surgaloka. Similarly, Jnani completely does Mukti. As Bhakti Mishra, that would get into the Mukti also, even you want liberation. Then the Saujaya Mukti, that merging of the Lord, that's also requires a little bit of Bhakti. So Bhakti, but in Bhakti is independent. It can give all the results of heavenly planets. You want to make Mukti, it's all standing at the doorstep. So Bhakti is never depend on other process. But all other process depends on little bit of Bhakti. There's Bhakti Mishra Karma, Bhakti Mishra Yoga, Bhakti Mishra Jnana. Unless they do little bit of Bhakti, tinge of Bhakti, they will not get the result. But whereas if you see Anyabhaleshita Shunyam, Jnana Karmadi Anavritam, Anupulena Krishnanusilinam, a Bhakti Tama. So in definition, you need to clearly understand that even while doing Bhakti, lot of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu followers, we also do Karma Kanda. But we are also doing jnana. We are also study Bhagavatam. We also understand. We are trying to accumulate jnana. It is not sunyam. Karma and jnana is not sunyam. Anabhlashita sunyam. Jnana karma anavritam means what is favorable karma, we will take it. For example, worshipping of demigods, we don't do that, even though karma kanda recommends. Satisfying forefathers and things like that. But it's automatically taken care when you do bhakti. What is favorable karma? For example, most of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu followers, they used to work, they used to earn money, they used to do the karma kanda activities. But they don't do it which are against the principles of bhakti, like demigod worship, giving charity like that without seeing time, place, circumstances. So they spend money in terms of Krishna consciousness, and they want to worship, they would either worship Ganga or Lord. They don't worship the demigods and things like that. So they also used to do karma kanda activity. They also do family activity. They also do their business. And they also develop jnana. But jnana is which is related to the Lord. Only Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, like that Puranas, which are related to the Lord, glorifying the Lord, that portion they would read it. Not that any other Puranas, any other demigods, Katha and things like that, unless they are Vaishnavas, they are not interested in developing those kind of knowledge. So we also do in Bhakti process also we do. But that is, if it is related to favorable to Krishna consciousness, then it becomes a pure Bhakti. So we also do Karma Mishra Bhakti, Jnana Mishra Bhakti. Then we go to the pure level of Bhakti, because this Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha is not required. If you're following Bhavata Dharma, the Varnashrama Dharma is not required. The Varnashrama Dharma is supposed to elevate oneself from Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Once you are satisfied, then a lot of problem in the material life. Then you get a realization, I need to go to Mukti. Then you go to the Lord. But somebody is already realized in the Bhakti process, they can directly go. They don't need to follow this Varnashrama Dharma. So in this one striking thing which I can understand is the atheist also did not believe in the Lord. The pure devotees in Vrindavan also did not believe in the Lord. In sense, Lord is having Aishwarya, but that Aishwarya, opulent, is not there in Vrindavan. One time Yashoda Krishna is eating dirt and everybody was complaining. Mother was calling, oh Kannaya, you ate dirt? Your brother is also complaining. Generally, Baldev doesn't complain. He's also joined now. Did you eat? Show me. Then he shows the entire universe. And mother got bewildered. One moment she thought, oh, he's the supreme personality of God at what I'm doing it. But Krishna immediately thought, oh, what I'm doing it then. I will lose my taste, this rasa of motherly affection. So he immediately covers with Yoga Maya. Then she forgets it. One time in the arena of Kamsa, Krishna has fought with the Kamsa and he killed them. And Sridhama and other people did not believe. This is not our Krishna. Because every day I'm fighting and defeating Krishna, but today his defeat comes out. How is it possible? Then they all jump into the arena. They all challenge Krishna. You have to fight with me. If I have to prove that you are our Krishna or not, we need to know. Then they fought, Krishna defeated. Then they said, yeah, this is my Krishna. Maybe some energy has come and, they killed our prayers of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mai. was killed the Kamsa is not your thing, just he died accidentally. That's what they would think. Or if it Govardhan was floating, one time Krishna wanted to show his supremacy. And he was talking, psychologically he won't affect his friends. Hey, I am the same Supreme Personality of Godhead. See, I've lifted this Govardhan hill. And all the Gopas started laughing. He said, this is a joke of the year. Krishna, you lifting it? Oh, Krishna, oh, Govardhan was so merciful. He became on his own. He's floated on his own. He became so merciful. It's just because of prayers of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mai. You didn't do anything, Krishna. So they don't even believe Krishna wanted to say his supremacy. They don't believe. And similarly, the atheist, even though Lord comes in different form, they talk about it, they deny the existence of the God. But there is one difference. They don't love the God, whereas in the devotees, irrespective of his God or not, they love Krishna simply like that, their love. So what happens is the acharyas, generally, the Damodar Astakam is, what is it? Very famous, but the acharyas, they would dwell 24 hours into some pastime happened, right? Some clue they got. They just take an advantage and they just dwell into right pages of commentary. It's simply there is a 2-finger shortage of the rope, but the acharyas write commentaries, more than 14, 15 reasons they give why this rope is 2-finger short. They need to get some pastime, some clue that this happened. And then they would magnify like anything and they would go into details. For outsiders, it's just a 2-finger shot. Okay, what's the big deal? But for acharyas, it's not a big deal. This is the big deal. And they dwell into many months together and research why the Lord did not get 2-finger shot, why the rope was 2-finger shot. So that's the amazing part of this Damodar Leela. Every time we hear, but every time the acharyas would come with a different explanation or details of why this has happened in Damodar Leela. And one sloka, the acharyas talk about Swabandhane. So now Yashoda Mai is tying Damodar. So in sloka, actually, Sukadeva Goswami Maharaj should say, Yashoda Maya tied Krishna. You would never say that. You would use the word called Swabandhane. Means Krishna tied himself. Then one might get confused. Where is that Krishna tied himself? It was Yashoda Mai who tied. So one thing they say that there are different energies. They didn't want to bind Krishna because these energies say, oh, Krishna is no end, no beginning. How you are trying to tie in the middle? So Krishna cannot be born. So they tried trying, Yashoda Mai trying, they could not able to bind. But finally, Krishna sees the endeavor of Mother Yashoda, then he agrees himself to tie. That's the reason it says Swabandhane. Unless Krishna himself agreed to tie, then nobody can tie him. So then he tied himself. That's one reason the Acharya gave. The second reason why Acharya says that Mother Yashoda and Lord Krishna, they are non-different. They are part and parcel. So Krishna never considered Mother Yashoda as different than him. So it is just like Mother Yashoda tying means he himself getting tied himself to Swabandhane, right? So this is the wonderful explanation they are giving it. So what happened is when Mother Yashoda was trying to try Krishna, this the 2-finger shot. Let me come to that. Then we'll complete. We'll see different aspect of why this 2-finger shot, different acharyas, why they give different comments. It's more of Sanatana Goswami, and I think Vishwanath Chakravarti Path and Rupa Goswami gives this various reason. So so one reason they're saying that so generally we know when the Matajis get up in the morning, then they would start call somebody. They would talk about Prajalpa, what happened that this in your house, or your kid has gone to school or not, all those stuff. But Vrindavan, first thing is they always think what's happening in Nanda what is latest, what is Krishna is doing. So they all came to know that Yashodama is running around the courtyard and trying to bind Krishna is not able to bound. They all heard, they brought their own ropes, they started coming to Nanda Bhavan and they started witnessing what's happening. And Yashodama was trying, it's not happening. So first thing is the we can learn from this pastime. One is the dissuade. They're trying to dissuade Yashoda. Hey, Yashoda, what are you trying to do? Your Krishna is not ordinary child, You can't tie him, It is not in Krishna's will that, he'll be tied. So they never said, Yashoda Maya, it is not in your hand to tie. He said, it's not in Krishna's Krishna's, fate to tie himself. Why they are telling is, Krishna always against, somebody says it's not possible, then Krishna says, I will do it. They say, Krishna, it's not in your, it is not in your head to tie today. Then he'll say, who said that? Let me try. They're trying to persuade. One way they're dissuading Mother Yashoda not to tie, but simultaneously, they are telling Krishna, you can't be born, it is not in your fate. Then Krishna said, no, let me bind and show. That is one reason why he got born. The regular things what we see is that the parishrama, the effort mother takes, and Krishna's mercy. From 6 to 6 in the evening. Morning she started 6 till evening 6. She was taking so much effort, and all these perspirations from Mother Yashoda falling at the feet of Krishna. They're all praying, oh Krishna, please bound. Why are you not binding? So much effort Mother Yashoda makes. And all this drops of perspiration dropping on Krishna's feet and begging. And they said, please bound. That's the reason Krishna bound. And other things, why he's not ready to bond is that all the friends are looking at him. So in front of friends, nobody wants to show their inferiority. So all the friends are laughing, seeing at Krishna, and mothers are trying. And obviously, the mothers, all the gopis were telling, see, look at all his friends are looking at him. You can't bind him, he will not agree to bind. These are the reasons she gives, then it's waste of labor. So then the second reason why Krishna doesn't want to bind is that he first was drinking the mother's milk, and he wants to get onto the lap of Mother Yashoda. And now she is not allowing to get into the lap of Mother of Yashoda, and she's trying to bind him, because Krishna is always hearing the glorification of him. Early morning, Deepali day, and she was churning and she was singing. It started with Harinam. Then Krishna want to hear that Harinam, what's happening, and he also want to look at mother's face, because she's angry, as well as at the same time she was look at this son. Who is this son who is not getting bound? And she want to have a look at who is his son. So she was taking Krishna back again in the lap, and Krishna started hearing the heartbeat of Mother Yashoda. This time she's not singing through the mouth, but the entire heart filled with love, and internally she can hear, Krishna can hear the glorification of himself. And he want to have a close-up look up whenever we take Radha Vinod close-up, somebody dresses nicely, and he want to look at the mother face, which is mixed with the anger as well as the love for him. So he wants to feel that rasa. Otherwise, from distance, no close-up shot. So Krishna want to get into the mother's lap. He is not ready to bond, because if binds, then he can look at it. So mother could not able to do it. She takes up Krishna and looks at very closely, and Krishna is smiling like that to listen to that. This is another reason why he's not trying to bind himself. The third aspect is that Krishna wants to play. On the day, he wants to go out, have a nice picnic outside. And that's the reason he didn't want to bind, because mother is bound, then he can't go out and play with Krishna's friends. So there is a Ichcha Shakti. Ichcha Shakti will say, I am the supreme. Oh, mother, you are trying to bind. I am the Ichcha Shakti. Krishna wants to play. You can't bind her, because I operate like that. So that Ichcha Shakti will stop Krishna from binding, because every Shakti Krishna has given. So you take care of this. I'll talk about the Shaktis shortly. There are about 16 principal Shaktis are there. The conversation is actually happening between these Shaktis, saying that Krishna don't bind. Krishna is telling, please tell me what is the conclusion. My mother is perspiring for 12 hours. Should I bind or not? Mother Yashoda doesn't know what's the conversation going on. But Krishna is talking like this. I'll tell you what is the Shaktis which they discuss. One is the Aparichinnata. This is all pervasive energy. And there is a Vibhuda. This is all powerful energy. These two are not allowing Krishna to bind. That's what initially I told you, there is no end, there is no beginning. In the middle, you're trying to bind. How powerful we have energy said, because I am the in charge of that. If you bond, then what it's Krishna will become little less on that quality of that Aparichinnata or Vibhuda Shakti. It doesn't exist, because anybody can tie. Then Krishna has no end, no beginning. How can he tie? So those Shaktis stop from others tying it. Then there's a Sri Shakti, a knowledge Shakti, Kanti Shakti, Kirti Shakti, and Tushti, renunciation, Ila is the tolerance. Urja is vigor. Vidya is there. Mahamaya, then Yogamaya is there. Of course, Kala Shakti, our internal Jiva Shakti is there. So all this Shakti is one side. And one side. All this side, one side, they said they were arguing with the Kripa Shakti. Oh, Kripa Shakti is telling, please bind. Krishna has to bind today. And all other Shakti is telling, let's say I am the Kirti Shakti, uh, then how can I agree? Then she said, I will not agree. Then the Kripa Shakti is counteracting and giving a befitting reply. Then the beauty, Kanti Shakti say, oh, Krishna is bound with a rope, he will look ugly. I can't allow him to tie like that. And then the Kripa Shakti would counter argue. Like that, the conversation happening between the Shakti and Krishna was watching all these things. Mother Yashoda doesn't know what's happening, and she was trying to bind him. So was talked about where Rupa Goswami you said you have this, but those who are enemies, even though they are defeated, they are in fear, they are bondage, the forthcoming mouth and death. You give them death, still you give them liberation. Krishna gives liberation even to the demons. So this Putana also, Ago Bahiyam Sanakala Kotam Jigam Sayaya Lebe Visatvi Leke Gatim Datri Muchitam Tatonyam Kimva Tayalu Sharanam Brajema. He says, oh, Putana, you came with killing of the what is the most abominable any mother can do, killing of their own child or somebody's child. They put that mother. So you come to that extent, let me, my Kripa Shakti also go to the extent. I'll make you my mother. And that's why Krishna has closed his eyes, even did not see Putana, and he sucked the breast life of air from the breast, and he gave the position of mother. So Krishna is telling Apavarga. So similarly, this Shaktis, Kripa Shakti started arguing. See, Krishna is so merciful. Kripa Shakti is supposed to be the greatest. He came here to deliver so many fallen conditioned souls. So otherwise, what will happen if you all keep arguing it? Let the entire world Bhakti, pure devotion service the supreme. Because of Bhakti, Krishna can be bound. So this is one argument from the Shaktis are arguing like that. So there are many reasons Acharya gives. Then sometime Rupa Goswami says that in village, just a colloquial language. Sometimes we ask Dhamodar Arti program, how many people came? Couple of thousands people came, we'll say, couple of people came like that. It's not exactly meant 4,000, 5,000. They said thousands they came in. In villages, anything, the Mother Yashoda, they ask, oh, Mother Yashoda, how many, what is the shortage? Why are you not able to find? I say it's just a couple of inches. She would say, that's colloquial. It may not be exactly 2 inches, maybe more. That's maybe a local language which is used in Brija. That's another aspect, other aspect Acharyas bring in. So we see the dissuading of the mothers. We see that. Then the determination, Mother Yashoda determined to do that. But still, she would face with the criticism. So all this gopis are criticizing. First thing, she is not putting up so much labor. There is no profit coming. Second thing is all other people are telling not to bind him. Fourth one, she's not able to find out. There are a lot of failures. So when Krishna consciousness, also when you practice, all other people, those who are not devotees, even the family member, they say, don't go to ISKCON, don't follow, join this ISKCON. And there are a lot of people try to dissuade us. Then a lot of determination we need to endeavor, but what happens is Krishna still doesn't give the result. See, at least we make endeavor, but dissuade, that's okay. But little bit result comes, then we are happy. We chant so many Mangalaartis, we attend so many times, we hear Bhagavatam, so many times we chant, so many Vratas, Ekadashis we do, but still little bit of love for Krishna is, it's very difficult to achieve. And so much labor we are doing, still the final result is failure. So these things can happen like Mother Yashoda, but we need to understand that finally, Krishna sees the endeavor and he wants to more endeavor, see that we surrender to him. As soon as we surrender, then Krishna gives the mercy for us to bind him. And then the 2-finger shot, which also explains, the Acharyas explain, one is that Bhagavat Kripa, another one is Bhagavan Kripa. Unless we serve pure devotees, Vaishnavas, get their mercy, and Krishna is ready to give another mercy. That's why this was 2-finger shot. Another two-finger shot, why they explain is there are two trees, two sons of Manikriva Nalakuvera, and the Kuvera sons. The two-person I will deliver. That's the reason I'm telling this two-finger shot. The classic one is that the regular example what they give Acharya is that, yeah, our effort and Krishna's mercy. So like that, let us go deep in the concepts of the Dhamodar Sakam. And when they given the chance, now, if there are no questions, we can finish here. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam.